Good afternoon, YouTube and anybody that's trying to figure out how to trade. Today is December 10th, or could be January 10th, one of those months. January 10th of 2022, the greatest trading day in the history of mankind. We went from a full-blown sell-off into a capitulation, a UVXY volatility blow-off top, into a full-blown rally that was so calculated, so coordinated, so beautifully manipulated and demonstrated. This was by far the greatest day in the history of trading. Please do not think I'm exaggerating. Do not think that I'm trying to be funny here. Today was the day that if you didn't trade well, if you didn't have close to your best day, maybe your best day ever, you need to reanalyze what you're doing as far as trading is concerned. Not just the buy on the dip, not the sells on the rip. The enormity of what happened today, the reason it was so amazing, it's because the ease of use of today. What does that mean? The ease of use. We sold off with a nice trend intact, basically from 8 o'clock in the morning till around 11:15. That is a beautiful. Wasn't choppy. It was just nice, beautiful selling. UVXY was going higher. And then the pivot. UVXY stopped going up. You got some chop. UVXY starts to break down. The S&P starts to rally. That triggers the QQQ starts to rally. The bottom is in. You buy your stocks. You use those bottom prints and along those prints as some of your stops. Usually I use two. And then you hold on. As long as UVXY started to sell off, you had to realize that the market was going to rally. The correlation and the connection between the S&P and the UVXY is legitimately the greatest thing I've ever learned. It's not about buying UVXY and trying to time a sell-off. You're never going to do that. The enormity of today was the beautifulness of the UVXY and how important it is to realize that you never, ever want to own this. So when it's rallying, you know how awful it is. So because it's so awful, when it's rallying, you know you have to be on the short side of the market. And what do you know also? When it eventually starts to roll over, that triggers the buyers. So today you had the best of all worlds. You had a rallying UVXY and a sell-off in the market, and then you flipped it and you got a reversal day. So everything you did at the beginning of the day, you did the exact opposite at the end of the day. And what today also showed you is that you have no reason ever to own stocks. You have no reason to ever hold positions. What's the point? You had 20% moves, 30, 40. And if you used options today, hundreds of percent moves in one day. There is no reason to be going into positions in this market environment. This is a trader's market. And my God, if we can get 5 more days like today in the year, we'll be good. 5 more massive rollovers or reversal days like today, and you're good. This is legitimately by far, and I've lived through every market, most of the markets. I've been doing this longer than anybody out there. This was a top 20 day. It's not too often when you get the clean break to the down, clean break to the upside. And if you guys were around when I did my video earlier, go watch it. I was live and I was telling you, here we go. We started that turn while I was live. UVXY started to roll over. We were buying SVXY. SVXY at 58.35. 58.35. UVXY short at 14.18. QQQ long 370, 350. You don't want to know where I sold all those things, but those were our entry points. oh, oh yeah, oh yeah. I live through other people. Yeah, because I got to tell you something. I forgot what trade it was. Oh, Hour, HOUR. Sitting there stalking the stock. I'm having a conversation. I'm talking to 500 people at the same time. I'm talking about how UVXY is doing this, blah, 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 blah. Next thing you know, this trade starts to come alive. Normally, I'm not even debating. Stock's under 10 bucks, I'm buying 3,000 shares. You know what I did today? Piker bitch that I am. 300 freaking shares. At 735, I buy HOUR. I sold 100 at 750, 799, and 849. That's a $10,000 trade in my day. I made 280 bucks. This is the kind of day where I almost don't want to trade anymore, because my former self would have had a 50 grand day. And then it's almost to the point where I'd rather not trade than not be trading at my full capacity. And there's no way I could take size while I'm talking. It just doesn't happen, because every time I do, something goes wrong. So, guys, the only way, help me from my purgatory. Help me. Help me, help you, help me. Because the only way I alleviate the pain of not having the greatest day of my trading career on a day like today is knowing that I've helped other people. And that is the goddamn truth. And I was doing a seminar this morning. I did a quick 45-minute seminar. And as I'm talking about it, right? And I'm saying to people, hey, wouldn't it be great if I could find you a trade while we're doing this live seminar so you could pay for the next couple of months to be with me? And boom, and then it just happened while I was doing it live. So it was an extraordinary day, phenomenal day. Wow. This is the kind of day that I'm good now for like 6 months. Not money wise, mentally. I'm good. I'm going to bottle today, and I'm doing a class on Saturday just to talk about what happened today, because today is legitimately the most, got to say, top 10 most important days in the history of trading. And if you don't know why, you should know why. Wow. Stories will be written, books will be written about today. My friends, join us. Be that person. Be that person that says, you know what, finally I'm going to show up. Be that person. Show up, make money. Kick something back, hang with us for the rest of the year. It's the only way anybody should legitimately run their business. Anybody who's sitting there, give me money first. No, show me what you're all about. Prove to me you're worth my hard-earned money, and I'll pay you. That's what I do. Farewell, my friends. Hopefully I have time to revisit YouTube this week. By the way, I am coming back to YouTube hardcore. I'm going to take it over. I'm going to squash every one of these kids. I'm going to take YouTube back. All right. Have a nice day. Careful out there.